Hello and happy 2015. It's nice to meet you, and I'm excited to be taking public speaking with you this quarter. So, a little bit about who I am. My name is Melissa. My friends sometimes call me Mel, and you are more than welcome to do the same if you please. My African name is Tane, and it's pronounced Tane. And yeah, like I said, I'm from Africa and I was born and raised in Liberia, West Africa. Now, if you don't know much about Liberia, it's very, very tropical. It's about the size of Tennessee to kind of give you an idea of how big it is, but very tropical. One of the things that I love most about it. And so I encourage you to check it out and maybe hopefully someday get a chance to visit that part of the world, not just for the weather, but also for the experience. I've lived in Port Angeles ever since I moved here from Liberia, although I have to say I haven't quite lived here long enough to have really gotten used to the weather here, but it's a work in progress. I figured with a lot of determination, I will eventually get to the point where I am comfortable being in this type of weather. But until then, I just refuse to adjust. But regardless, I mean, I still love Port Angeles and the area. For me, it's the ideal place to really focus on my academics with very little distractions. Career-wise, I'm interested in nursing and the visual and performing arts. Most of my immediate family have careers in one of these two areas, except for my dad. Now, my dad is a pastor at a local church here called Independent Bible Church. My mom is a retired nurse, and me myself, I've had about 9 years of experience working as a certified nurse assistant in the healthcare field. I currently work for an agency called Concerned Citizens, and we do a whole lot of different types of caregiving. But me in particular, I work with young adults with mental disabilities. I have worked with the elderly as well in the past for the same agency. Before working for this agency, I also worked at Olympic Medical Center as a certified nurse assistant in the critical care unit. So as far as the visual and performing arts, I've had no experience, professional experience or training, although I've always been very, very creative by nature. I'm involved in music. My older sister and her husband are also musicians. Now, my brother-in-law plays in a band called Milonga. It's a Latin band, and it's spelled Milonga. And I encourage you to check them out if you get a chance. They're a very good band, plays very good Latin music, and they play all over. Although I don't think they've played here in Port Angeles, but that's something that could happen in the near future. But yes, like I said, my sister is also a musician. Now, she doesn't play with she's not in the band, but she does sing, and she's a music teacher by profession. I'm also involved in interior design, theater, and film. Although I have to say, when it comes to that part of the visual arts, I'm not much of an actress. I'm more of a designer and writer. Now, writing is something that I absolutely love to do. It brings me joy, and English has always been my favorite subject for as long as I can remember, and I'm just really good at it. So it's something that I enjoy spending time doing and perfecting. So now that you've gotten to know a little bit about who I am, let's talk about why I'm taking this class. Over the Christmas holiday, I went to visit my sister and her husband, and one day as I was getting dressed, I noticed a sticker on the mirror, and so, I leaned in closely to see what it said just out of curiosity, because something about it just caught my attention for some reason. I don't know what. But so on the sticker said, every day do something that scares you. And I really took that to heart, and I thought, okay, so one of my first challenge of the 2015 school year will be to do something that scares me, and that is to take a public speaking class, because like you, I am terrified of public speaking, very, very terrified of public speaking. And I want to take the class, or I am taking the class because I want to become a more confident public speaker. And so let's get to the real reason why I'm afraid of public speaking. I am very self-conscious. I mean, there are several reasons, but the first being that I'm very self-conscious. And that's a habit that developed quickly when I was in high school. I was an athlete. I played basketball and volleyball, and I based my performances on, the opinions of my coaches, teammates, and the audience. And so that's what I did. Very, very self-conscious. And that habit has affected me because what it did was it made me fear of failure. I always felt like I had to, perform every time, and I had to meet the expectations of people. And so, failure was just something that I absolutely dreaded. And it also, like I said, made me worry about how others perceived me. And as a result, in the long run, I missed out on a lot of opportunities where I could have really impacted, the life of others. I really shared my ideas with others, like the book talks about. One of the benefits of taking a public speaking course is that it allows you to impact others who are listening and watching, right? And so being fearful and being self-conscious and worried about what other people are thinking of me really kind of hindered my progress and success in certain areas of my life. And looking back, I regret that now because, like I mentioned, I really wish that I would have taken advantage of those moments that were given to me where I had the chance to, really present my ideas and my experiences with others, or share with others. And so that's one of the main reasons why I really, really dread public speaking. I mean, to really think about it, that's one of the main reasons that I'm terrified of public speaking. Now, one of my goals for this class is not to only learn how to be a good public speaker, but to also enjoy doing it and appreciate the art of public speaking. I don't think a lot of us think of public speaking as an art. I think most of us just think of it as something that terrifies us, but it's really an art. It's not just, a bunch of words. It's really, putting those words and presenting them in a way that's going to help others, right? And so for me, I also wanted that to be one of the things that I gained from this class, is that not only, going through the motions of, okay, how to present a speech and this and that, but also to really just enjoy it and appreciate it for what it is, because it is an art that, if practiced well, can be enjoyed, in my opinion. So I want to say to you that I really admired you for taking this class as well, for whatever reasons you may have. And I think that it's going to be beneficial in the end if you stick with it and just work hard and do your best and really try to also enjoy just the process of becoming a better speaker. And so I want to leave you with that encouragement. But before I leave, before I conclude, I also wanted to leave you with some more fun and interesting facts about myself. And here they are. So, my favorite actress, I'd have to say, is Aishwarya Rai, and she's in the movie Bride and Prejudice. If you've never seen that, you should check it out. I just like her because she's just a very graceful, beautiful Indian actress, and she's Aishwarya Rai. And in that movie, she plays the main character. Favorite TV shows from the old days would have to be Three's Company and Good Times. Um, Today, it would have to be Revenge and Once Upon a Time. Favorite movie, I just watched a movie called Labor Day with Kate Winslet and also A Walk to Remember. Favorite music, any types, but I really like, I say Celtic, some people say Celtic, but Celtic music and world music. Favorite musician, Passenger, he's a British musician, sort of indie rock sort of music. And so, but his name is Passenger, and he's the man behind the song called Let Her Go. He's the song that goes, no, you only get the lights when it's turning low. Only, I don't know the exact songs to it, but you know, look up Let Her Go by Passenger, and you'll know exactly what song I'm talking about. You've heard it. So most frightening moment was when I worked at the hospital and I had to take a dead body down to the morgue. That was very frightening for me. Um, Favorite dessert? I really like apple Waldorf salad. My current favorite dish is the New York steak that they serve at Sergio's restaurant. Very, very good. Favorite drink? Sparkling cider. I love anything creative, anything that requires creativity, obviously. And I love oversized sweatshirts. Now, I started getting into this after watching a musician named Ariana Grande. And if you notice in most of her performances, she has a signature style. It's usually the cute little cut off tops and skirts, but she always has her boots. I think her boots is what stands out the most as part of her style, right? Those high, knee-high boots, and she'll wear that, or sometimes she'll just do like a big oversized sweatshirt with just the boots. And I saw that look and I thought that looks really comfortable, and so I started getting into the oversized sweatshirt. So I really just love a warm, comfortable, oversized sweatshirt, especially on a cold day. I also love Ariana Grande. I especially love her voice. If you don't know who that is, please look it up if you get a chance to, and that's Ariana Grande. Weird thing about me is, okay, it's not very weird. Some people might think it is, but I think it's actually kind of soothing, is that every night I love to fall asleep to the sound of rain. And so when it's not raining, what I'll do is take my laptop and put it by me on my bed and put in my earphones and just fall asleep to the sound of rain, which I've downloaded from iTunes. Like you can go to iTunes and look up, you know, rain CDs, and you know they're just music, but they're just sound effects of, I mean, you can get whatever, rain, waves, you know, thunder, whatever, and I just love falling asleep to those. And cool thing about me is that I can pick up languages very quickly. I used to speak French back when we lived in Africa, because I also visited a lot of other African countries near Liberia, and so I lived in Guinea for a while, which is our next door neighbors, and Sierra Leone. And in Guinea they speak French, and so I learned how to speak French. But then when I came here, you know, there aren't a lot of people who speak French. I kind of lost it, but I don't speak it now. I can't speak it now. I mean, I can, but not as well as I used to. So now I can only understand it and write it. That I still can do. Let's see. My one wish is to be famous, or being well known for my art, without being famous. So be famous without being famous, like the famous singer Sia. Now, again, if you haven't heard of Sia, it's SIA, and I think I'm pronouncing it right, and it's Sia. And if you haven't heard of her, look her up. But she has this thing where it's like she's the creative genius behind a lot of songs. I mean, the songwriters behind a lot of pop songs that you hear today. I mean, she is just a talented songwriter, but not a lot of people know of her, and she did that on purpose. I was watching an interview of her in which she herself stated that that was done on purpose because her whole thing is that she wants people to pay attention to her music rather than her as a person. And so she does this thing in her music videos that she doesn't show her face, but she will have some sort of creative visual, and so it's just as good, right? And so, but you never see her face, like she never shows her face in her videos. And I think that's kind of cool because it really forces, at least when I watch it, I am paying attention. I pay attention to the visuals. And so I like that idea. So I always thought if I could be famous, I would want to be famous without being famous. And also another thing that was really cool is that during one of her interviews, she also mentioned that she had walked into a store one time and they were playing her song Chandelier. And Chandelier is the song that you know. So if you've heard of Chandelier, then you know of Sia because it was one of her most popular songs of 2014. And it's the song that goes, I gotta clear my voice, and I apologize because my voice is kind of harsh. I've been talking for so long, but it's the song that goes, I'm gonna swing from the chandelier. That song, from the chandelier, I'm gonna leave. So you've heard that song before, right? And my voice is dying, but just to give you a little sample of the song that I'm talking about. So anyway, going back to what I was saying, she had mentioned how one day she walked into the store and they were playing that song, but nobody recognized her. And so I thought, again, very cool, like I would love to just be famous without being famous. I just think it's the most, that would be my wish if I had a chance. If I were to be granted anything, is to be known for my art, you know, really put out good work and be known, you know, for my art, but not necessarily be the center of attention myself. So I thought that was pretty cool. Well, like I said, just a few more fun, playful facts about me and something to conclude with on a light note. So I hope you've enjoyed watching, and good luck with the rest of the quarter, and I look forward to doing more of these videos because they're very fun and they're a good icebreaker. So thank you for watching, and until next time.